How's everybody doing? It is Kyler from the Topeka and Shawnee County Public Library. Hoping you're having a great day. Hoping that you have signed up for the summer reading program. If you haven't yet, you can get over to www.tscpl and sign up for that, and then check out the library's Facebook page for some really cool videos, because we're still doing stories and crafts, we're still doing Read-a-Palooza, and some other things. So go check that out and get yourself signed up so you can get some prizes for reading this summer. And hey, guess what? You can use this video as part of your summer reading program time, because we're going to read a book, and you mark those minutes down for that too. All right, you guys ready for some story time? Are you? Will you do that with me? Okay, we're going to count to 3, and together we'll say story time. All right, you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Story time. Nice job. All right, for today's story, I chose what became an instant classic. Everybody loves him. Everybody knows him. Yep. Pete the Cat. This is Pete the Cat with his 4 groovy buttons. Now, James Dean and Eric Litwin wrote 4 books together. A Christmas Pete the Cat. Pete the Cat is Groovy Buttons, the White Shoes, School Shoes and White Shoes, I think, is the 2 other titles. But that's James Dean and Eric Litwin. And Eric Litwin went on and did other things. One was with Groovy Joe. He's got the nuts, and then he's got Groovy Joe and Ice Cream and Dinosaurs, which is a book you're going to hear a lot about here in the next couple months. And then James Dean stayed with Pete the Cat and cranked out all kinds of Pete the Cat books. So you can find those in our library as well. All right, so this is Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons. And if something's groovy, something's really, really cool. You know what I'm saying? All right, here's Pete. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt. That favorite shirt had 4 big, colorful, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang a song. What's that right there? Number 4, because that's his 1, 2, 3, 4. What kind of buttons? Groovy, baby. Groovy. There's 4. And so he sang this song, and it goes like this. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. Will you do it with me? Let's do it one more time. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. Pretty cool song. But then, pop. Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. So how many buttons are left? If he had 4, and you can see on his shirt right there, how many buttons? Let's see if you're right. Did you say 3? There's the number 3 right there. There it is, written in words right there. And below it, we have the mathematical equation of how we got from 4 to 3 when that button popped off and rolled away. So we had these 4 buttons. We subtracted one of the buttons because it popped off and rolled away, and we ended up with 3. So 4 minus 1 equals 3. Nice job. All right, so 3, groovy. So after you lost that button, tell me something. Did Pete cry? Not just no, but goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. You know what he did? Kept on singing his song, but now there's just the 3 buttons, and he says, my button, my buttons, my 3 groovy buttons, my buttons, my 3 groovy buttons, my buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Oh no! Pop! Another button popped off and rolled away. So how many buttons are left? You can see it on his shirt right there. Did you say 2? There's the number 2 right there, written right up there. And then we have the mathematical equation down here. If you want to say it with me, it is, because we had 3 buttons, 1 popped off and 2 are left. So we say 3 minus 1 equals 2. Hey, you would tell me something when he lost that button. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no! Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song, but now he's got the 2 buttons, so he says, my buttons, my 2 groovy buttons, my 2 groovy buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. So how many are left? Did you say 1? There's the number 1 right there, written right there. And then here's our mathematical equation, because we had 2 buttons and one of them popped off and rolled away, and it left us with 1. So let's do this. You ready? 2 minus 1 equals 1. Hey, when that button pulled away, did Pete cry? Goodness, no! Buttons come and buttons go. And Pete kept on singing his song. He's just got the 1 button out. He says, my button, my 1 groovy button, my 1 groovy button, my 1 groovy button. Oh no! Pop! No, another button popped off and rolled away. So how many buttons are left? Did you say 0? There is a big old 0 right there. It's written in letters right there. And here's our mathematical equation. All right, we had 1 button left, and it popped off and rolled away, and that left us with none. So 1 minus 1 equals 0. 0. Did Pete cry when he lost that button? Did Pete cry? Goodness, no! Buttons come and buttons go. You know what he did? He looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? His belly button! And he kept on singing his song. He said, my button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. And right here, Pete is saying his catchphrase is all good, because it really is. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. And that's true. That's life, guys. But do we cry? Not just no, but goodness, no. We keep on singing our song. Just keep on singing. Because buttons come and buttons go. The end. Eric Litwin, James Dean illustrator. Instant classic. Just right after it was written. All right, guys. You ready for a song? All right. Well, Pete the Cat was pretty good with his subtraction there. I got a song about with some subtraction in it. About some ducks. Let's scoot back a little bit. About some ducks that go out to play. We got 5 of them to start with. Can you hold up your hand and show me that 5? Let's count our fingers. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. If you know the words, you can sing along with me. If you don't know the words, learn them, and we'll sing it together. 5 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. When the mother duck said, quack, 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 Can you guys help me make that duck sound? You ready? Quack, quack, quack. But when she made that quack, how many came back? 4 little ducks came waddling back. We got 4 ducks now. Let me see a 4. 4 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. When the mother duck said, quack, quack, quack. Did you get it? Let's do it again. Quack, quack, quack. You know how many came back? Just 3 of them. 3 little ducks came waddling back. All right, let's see a 3. 3 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. When the mother duck said, quack, quack, quack. What'd she say? Quack, quack, quack. Guess how many came back? Only 2 little ducks came waddling back. All right, how many do we have? We had 2. 2 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. When the mother duck said, quack, quack, quack. What'd she say? Quack, quack, quack. How many came back? Just 1. 1 little duck came waddling back. How many do we have? How many do we have? We got the 1, right? All right, are you ready? 1 little duck went out to play over the hills and far away. When the mother duck said, quack, quack, quack. What'd she say? Quack, quack, quack. No little ducks came waddling back. So how many ducks came that time? None. 0. So no little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. When the mother duck said, quack, quack, quack. What did she say? Let me hear you. Quack, quack, quack. 5 little ducks came waddling back. That ended up to be a really nice song. Cool. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. And I will be back with some more videos and some more songs. And I'm super pleased. I actually went to the library and worked this week some. There is some limited accessibility to the library, so come on in and check out what you can do while you're there. There's actually a really good, if you go to our webpage, it's clearly laid out. It's one of the most beautiful web pages I've ever seen as far as ingesting some information, because it's just right there, right for you. Our tech team, salute to our tech team for all they've done through all this stuff, but they surely made that a super simple message to deliver. So check that out and see what all the library is doing right now. But I hope to see you soon. And thanks a lot for hanging out with me. And don't forget to sign up for summer reading.